Hello, guys. Welcome to Martin TV USA. I'm here to answer one question. Okay, today is Sunday. That is the last Sunday of the 8th month of the year, which is last Sunday of August 2022. A lot of the time, people get to ask me, "Hey, how does it? How is it like?" Or how does living in America like? Let me be honest and sincere with you. I know America is one of the greatest country you can have in the world, and yes, there is no doubt about it. But just like every other advanced country, it has the positive and the negative side. America has advanced economy. I mean, it's one of the most powerful economy you can find in the whole world. You know, compared to other economies like China and the European economies and all those. America is great, but just as I said, there are certain things that are good in here, and there are certain things that are bad in here. Number one, compared to where I come from, which is a developing country, Ghana, America has a vast opportunities. In America, the opportunity is mostly for all. Even though there are, some aspect of racism in terms of some opportunities, but on a playing field, he who knows takes the job. Okay, it's not like where I come from, whereby to be able to get a job, you have to depend on a family member, your father's uncle who is a minister, or your brother's cousin who is in a presidential office. It's not like that in America. I would not 100% say that it cannot be like that, or it's 100% not like that. But on a greater, on an average, if you have the skill, you are hired for the job. Okay? And at the end of the day, if you choose a good course to study, if you do a good program in school, you automatically get a job. All right? I mean, unlike in Ghana, whereby you would go to school, you go to university. After graduating 4 years from university, securing a job becomes very difficult. You have to be linked to this so-called big man. So if you don't have any family member in a high office, meaning that you are doomed. Okay. So far, with my experience in America, somebody like me, I'm able to get a job. So I can say from my experience that the opportunity is enormous. The opportunity is like a vast opportunity for almost everybody that qualifies. Okay? In terms of school, I remember when I came to America and, I was going to school, they validated, or they transcribed my transcript. They evaluated my transcript, and then I was told that the biology has been 4 years, so it had expired. The chemistry has to be retaken, and some of the classes or the courses has to be retaken, even though these are the courses that I took in way back home. So in terms of education, Ghana is not the best compared to America. Well, somebody will say comparing apples with oranges, because Ghana is a developing country and America is an advanced country. How can you compare the education? The only thing you would get in education way back in Ghana is to, learn how to study. Okay? Learning how to study way back in Ghana having the fundamentals in Ghana helps you excel when you come up here, because with the limited resources way back in Ghana, the books we are using is outdated. Now, thanks to the internet, you can just go to the internet cafe and just check things out. But gone were the days. I mean, internet cafe has only 1 or 2 computers, and then you have to queue for that. You don't have access to internet on the phones like these days. You can even check Google something and find out what it is. Now the world is becoming a global village, so things are very easy. But when you come to America in terms of school, the resources are there. The books, current written books are available to you the next semester. Every semester you change books. So you get in tune with the advanced knowledge. You get in tune with, advanced theories. You end up knowing all these current ideas that has put forward. Okay, so that is about it. When it comes to working and living here as living, then I would say that America, what will kill you here is rent or mortgage. Okay, housing in general is very expensive. I know people cry way back home that, hey, rent is expensive here, blah, 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 blah. But you cannot compare rent in Ghana to America. The good thing in Ghana is that, maybe your uncle has a house, or a family member has a house. They can give you 1 bedroom as somebody who has started college, or if your father is well to do to build a house, you can live with your parents for a lot, for quite a number of times. But in America, the story is different. Why? Because your dad is or your mom is even struggling to pay his or her bills. So therefore, living with them is gonna incur more bills. Living with them is bringing more bills, all right? Because if they have to live in 1 bedroom, now he or she has to pay for 2 bedrooms. And that put a lot of stress in the little resources that the family has. So when it comes to housing, it is very expensive when it comes to housing, because you end up working, okay, you are going to be paid, but a lot of the pay is going to end up in rent or in mortgage. Okay, things are very cheap in terms of food, but not a healthy one. The junk foods are very cheap. When you get to McDonald's, the Sonic, and these are foods that are processed food. They are ready to go food. They are ready made food. These are food that are gonna end up giving you diabetes, right? These are foods that are gonna end up giving you, hypertension if you don't regulate how you eat them. Okay. So, but these foods are cheap. But if you wanna do the healthy way with the vegetables and the fruit and some stuff, trust me, it's very expensive. Because sometimes I'll just go for groceries, and by the time you are done buying all these fruit and veggies, and you end up and it's like a whole lot of dollars, and you are like, wow, what did I buy? Just this and that and that. But then if with $10 you can just go to McDonald's, or you can go to Sonic, or you can go to all these fast food joints and make yourself comfortable without any issue at all. Okay, so that is about, if you want to really eat healthy, that a lot of the time, that's why, when a lot of the, when people come in, they are skinny as a broom. But then when they get back home, you see them with all this increased weight gain. You see them being obese. You see them being, overweight. And the Ghanaian people are gonna be like, "Oh, that is a good living. See, he went to America, and then he's like, no, that is not a good living. That is a sign of, digging your own grave." it is a sign of gradually paving your way to death, because that's gonna lead to a lot of diseases, and then that will complicate your health. Okay, so that is about spending on food, spending on rent and stuff. Now everybody is talking about the world is in crisis, and then especially Ghana people are complaining that, hey, the economy is hard, the economy has skyrocketed and all those. One thing about the economy is the whole world is in crisis. For that one, is rest assured. I mean, if you look at the COVID era, the COVID era came in somewhere 2019, 2020. And now that we are getting out of the COVID era, now we do have, the Russia and the Ukraine war, which has skyrocketed gas prices, petrol prices, and diesel prices. Everything is skyrocketing. I have a 3.5 Honda Pilot, and then before then, when I used to, somewhere 2019, 2020, even with a COVID era, when I fill my tank, it used to be like $55, $60 a tank. But trust me and you, okay? Now, when I go to the gas tank, I spend $100. And the $100 is from home, work, groceries, and maybe some few things. And if I decide to do, if I decide to do a little bit more journey, it wouldn't even last. The whole tank with an air conditioner on will not even last me for about 2 weeks. Okay, from work home, I can say that it can last me about 2 weeks. Okay, even with good roads, no pothole, no traffic jamming and all those things. This is how it is. But before 2 weeks, it can. I normally spend about $55. That was like in 2 years ago, but now things are skyrocketed. America is great. I will say that the leaders on a greater share, or on an average, think about the citizens. I remember during the COVID era, the president had to give us, it was started from Trump. President Trump ended up giving everybody some incentives of staying at home, of losing jobs and stuff, right? And we had that kind of benefit 3 consecutive times. I think then President Trump gave us 2 times, and then I think when President Biden came in, the third one was also given. But in Ghana, one thing is, the president and the officials don't think about the citizens. The citizens will vote the officials to office, but then when they get there, they have no good intention for the citizens. They are only there to enjoy the benefit that Article 71 has for them. Okay, what are some of the benefits? Housing allowances, gas or petrol allowances, clothing allowances, loans to buy Land Cruisers. But guess what? The country itself has no money. Okay, the country borrows for almost everything. The country borrows for every infrastructure. Okay, the teachers that serve as a foundation, the doctors, the lawyers, all these government workers are not being paid well. In America, at least, they are paid very well. It is a country that respects the effort you put in work, and so therefore end up paying you in hours. but not in months, right? I will not talk too much. America is America. Ghana is Ghana. I'm not comparing both countries because one is advanced, one is underdeveloped. But then the underdeveloped, if it wants to catch up with advanced, has to change its ways, because the ways that the underdeveloped Ghana is trending will it will eventually send Ghana to a ditch, because now Ghana is resorting to IMF. Come on now. This is a country which has gold, tons of minerals, tons of cocoa, but yet, due to the misused funds that we generate from the country, due to the misused funds that goes into the pocket of some of the unscrupulous officials that the government appoints them, or some of the unscrupulous government officials, or some of the unscrupulous citizens that work in the country end up suffering and suffering and suffering. And so if you have family member way back home, you have to take care of them like a child, because not much work for them to do, and therefore they always stay at home. I'm not surprised that, the country, just like any other country, has vices and stuff. But I'm not surprised that some of the major issues that is arising among the youth is, the use of these drugs, because the devil finds work for idle hands, right? So I will not talk too much about this. These are some of the aspects that I would compare living here to where I come from, based on questions that have been asked from my friends way back home, and some of them here, that, hey, how does living in America like? Living in America is great. If you have opportunity to come. That is for people that have no hope, okay? But then if you are doing very well in Ghana, then you have to stay there, because if you are doing very well in Ghana, there is no point of coming to America. Ghana is a place to make money if you are very honest and you are willing to stay with principles. It is an easier place to make money because it's a developing country. So therefore, everything that you begin in the country gain traction. Okay, in terms of business, if you come out with a better business idea and you are able to finance the business idea, you have capital to finance that business idea, automatically you're gonna make a lot of money. But America, everything is already developed. Everything under the sun is already developed. So sometimes it is difficult to come out with a laudable ideas, unless you come out with a crazy ideas, and then sometimes it just booms for you. All right. So I'm gonna be talking more about my experiences and comparing both countries that I've lived in, to see, so that in case you are coming to America, you will have an idea. Okay, accommodation is not cheap. Accommodation is expensive. Okay, food in this category, if you want to eat healthy, it is expensive. But junk foods are cheap, because that's gonna end you to your grave easily. Okay, go to YouTube and subscribe to Martin TV. I'll be giving you more information and more gist. Have a beautiful Sunday. It is afternoon over here. I know probably it's evening in Europe. They are probably about to sleep, and it's also evening in Ghana. Have a blissful day. Bye bye, guys.